Hello there, everyone. Um, kind of new for me. I don't really make too many videos. Slowly starting make content, and as you saw, as the title said, thinking of becoming a full-time content creator. Now, this video, I don't have a script. I kind of just more of as me talking about what kind of like led me to like point. So, as you see in my bio, it says I'm a special education teacher. I've been a special education teacher for over 4 years now. For the 4 years, I was at a public school working with children with autism, middle school from sixth to eighth grade, like 11 to 14, 10 to 14, and I guess they would be considered um, level 3 autism. That's like the real severe. So I was the teacher of the participatory class. I was like nonverbal with severe behaviors. So his communication was like the biggest thing they didn't have. That's why they were very like aggressive. So like hit, bite, spit, kick. So I've been hit many times in the face, in the body, scratched up. I even had my right hand fractured by a student. Um, but as this was part of the job, and I knew I was getting myself into because I was a instructional assistant in the same unit beforehand, and I was a substitute in that unit for some time. So I knew what knew what was the risks were when I signed up. But anyway, it just became more like over those years, it just became more like a babysitting job because I really was able to really help the kids. Like I really wanted to. District, no help, got no support. The only people I could lean on was my other teammates, the other teachers, and my assistant. And even then, it was just some days it was harder than others, and not only emotionally draining but physical training because the kids we had to put hands on. Again, we were CPI certified, but they put hands on. Need to stop them from hurting a kid, a staff, or hurting themselves. And also, a lot of my kids at the participatory level weren't even potty trained, so they were in pull ups, so we have to change diapers, and I would help with that. And also, so pretty much was like a daycare all day. Just trying to keep them busy. I try to have work for them to do, but even then, so much work. They could take so much. Usually after lunch, they were pretty much done anyway. So this is more like a daycare. So I thought I would like finally branch out. So this year, I moved to a private school, thinking that the grass would be greener on the other side. But I was wrong. I mean, I got to be the sixth grade lead teacher. And I had like only 15 kids, and they were more high leveled students than ones I was working with previously. They're all just pretty much like general ed students, maybe a couple with, more, had autism or on the spectrum. I was enjoying it, but it seemed like the private school I was at seemed to care more about the money than the own staff. And one day I had an incident. It was came back from a 3-day weekend, and my kids just from the beginning, this was like maybe like over 3 months, like over 2 months since the year began. So it was like a 3-day weekend. And they came back. The kids they have a routine by this point, but the kids was just like off the charts. So even the good ones had trouble like listening and like attitude. It was just like whoa. I really don't like being like the mean teacher, but when I have to. How it's done. You have kids. Well, it has to get consequences. But just like any other school, let's say the public school, well, and really not really allowed to give consequences. And at one point, I did tell the kids that I was disappointed in their behavior, and and I called them and told them they need to to shape up. They had to stop acting like little buttholes. And I also we do class store, and I bought a lot of stuff for the class store. I organized this whole class store thing and made it all up. Every Friday, if they're good, they earn money. And on Fridays, they spend the money in the class store, or they can save up to buy things later on, like bigger, expensive items. Um, and so I decided I went through the closet and started taking things out and putting it outside very carefully because most of the stuff was my stuff. I said I'll take it back. I borrowed my money. I'll take it back or take it home or take it to my old public school I worked at. I know the kids would appreciate it. But I mean, eventually the kids turned around and we kind of talked and it was all good. But at the end of the day, after work, I was in a meeting and then I was pulled out as the principal slash like one of the founders of the pulled me back into my classroom and had a guardian of a student I had on the phone, and she was like furious with me. She started yelling at me, saying that how that I guess this the kid was my student that she had came home very upset, saying I was cursing, saying butthole, as well as throwing things outside. And it was really dramatizing to him. Granted, this kid plays Fortnite, plays Grand Theft Auto. There's a lot of sexual innuendos. I've had, talk with this guardian before, but that's just beside the point. So it was me, the co-founder, and the guardian on the phone, student, as well as two other staff, administration. And all they did was stand there while they let this lady just, yell at cuss at, well, not cuss, but just yell at me over the phone and belittle me. So I tried to stand up for myself and try to explain what happened because no one else did would try. No one else there was gonna want to say my side of the story. I kind of just was brought into this situation without like even prepared or anything. Um, so she was just so just they just let her just yell at me over the phone. And at the end, she said that something serious should be done. So they decided to suspend me without pay. I was just kind of like so surprised. I was like, I didn't, I all I said was that they were acting like buttholes, and I never like yelled at them. I was like very whole time. I was like, actually, for once, I was surprised for myself. I was actually like pretty calm. I just was like really stern, and like, hey, you guys had to out, I know you guys know better when I was saying that, and I didn't throw anything out. I put the stuff outside and like throw anything because the stuff I bought, I wasn't gonna. It was good stuff. It was like stuff I buy on Amazon and Walmart clearance, all the good stuff I could find for these kids, to purchase at the class store. I wasn't just gonna like just throw it out, damage it, know. But anyway, I was just kind of stunned by that, and my assistant at the time, when I did call the student buttholes, he was actually out of the room dealing with one of the other students we had issue with. So granted, it was only my word against the kid's word. So and plus the guardian who's on the phone, telling me a new one. She has three kids who go to the school, and she's a big donor to the school and gives a lot of money to the school. So I guess obviously it seemed that they were going to take her side no matter what because she's bringing in the money, and I'm just a hire that they could always replace. So anyway, I was so they suspended me without pay, and so after one day they called me up, saying that they wanted me to come back, that they wanted me to come back, but there was going to be conditions for me to come back. And the one thing was they wanted me to speak to a therapist, you know, which I really don't understand because it's not like I can understand if I was like really actually like cussing at the kids and like making a scene, actually throwing things and like just going off and really targeting one of the kids or something. I mean, then yeah, I probably maybe I should see a therapist because there's something going on there. But all I said was that they're acting like buttholes, and I took some stuff out of my own closet, stuff that I bought. Apparently, you're not allowed to do that. So okay, so They thought there was, that I should talk to a therapist. And on top of that, they wanted me to go back to like re-education trainings that they were going to do, and then on top of that, they said that that anything like this happened again, they would fire me. When they told me that, I was like, well, why am I going to jump through these hoops if you're just going to fire me anyway? If something like this ever happened again, it means that no matter what I do, you're just going to like let me go like that anyway. So I told I would resign. So that's what happened. But so I resigned and I gave my 2 weeks notice. But instead of going back, they didn't want me to come back. They thought it'd be like weird. The kids would get upset. So it wasn't until like 2 weeks later, a little over a week later actually, when I actually could go get my stuff. And even I was there when the um, principal slash co-founder of the school admitted that they freaked out about it. And they told, and they were really nice. I mean, I had nothing against them. They were really nice, and they said they would still, would give me a good reference for my next job. And nothing to say, nothing bad to say. So I mean, I appreciate that. In my head, though, I was like, well, it's a little too late. I mean, you freaked out. Like, yeah, maybe it was a little too much. If anything, you should at least like talk to me. Before having the parent, on the phone. Or maybe have the parent meet in person and try to talk about this. There's like the parent just, you know, yell at me over the phone, before getting my side of the story, really seeing what happened. And I took responsibility too. Like, yeah, I did say what I said. And maybe I shouldn't have said butthole. I didn't. I could have said a lot of worse things, trust me. And the teachers out there, it's like could have, and I didn't, like do anything. I really think I didn't do anything that extreme. I didn't hit any kids. I didn't sexually touch any kids. I didn't, try to change any kid's gender. I was just like trying to be a teacher, and maybe in the moment I did a human thing and said butthole and took things away from the kids, but I thought there would have to be consequences for the actions. So anyway, it's been almost a month now since that's happened. So I've been looking at other jobs. In the meantime, I've been trying to make videos, and that's why I was thinking of becoming a full-time content creator, like the title suggested. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I know like I've watched streamers and other content creators in the past, and they always say they have a plan B. So I still want to like get an actual job that's either back in education. I just never want to go back into education. And this time I have been and working with special needs, it's kind of burned me out. And then this, I don't know. I'm just getting way afraid to do anything with teaching because I don't know. I don't know. I also thought about being a private like a tutor, and do that. But I'm not sure. But I'm looking. I really like to work more on content. If that, I'd love to talk more about special needs. I just wouldn't really know where to turn. I'm a big advocate for special needs and not getting the help they need. I've seen in public schools, like I said, it's more, at least on my end, I say it was daycare, but at least I was trying to do things for the kids. But I know in other schools, the county I worked with and other counties around, it was just give them iPads and, kept them happy and so they just did whatever they were allowed to. They did whatever they were allowed to do. They didn't want to cause any behaviors. It easier. Wasn't there to help with behaviors. Plus, there's no services, and we get the service they need. But that's really all for another. I should just make another video all on experience with special needs. But so I'd like to make more content. So see what happens. I just kind of want to be. I don't know. I just wanted to be real with you. I mean, this is me. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been working as a teacher. Kind of doing well, streaming video games is a hobby off and on, but never really made like many videos and start to now. You know, not too many people have been looking at it, but it's okay. Slow process, I know. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I appreciate anybody who's made it through this whole video. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye.